Hello world, I'm just here to make you think. This CEO Philly Trenches Hockey Raw coming at you live and direct with this bone exclusive video. We on Broad and Glenwood in North Philly. You see people riding on dirt bikes and bikes. Now we down Kensington. This is B and Cambria. Kensington, where I used to get money at. Right on this very corner. Right over here is the factory. We used to get money at in that factory, right in there. Yup, 2009. You know what I mean? Everybody on this block know me. I used to be right near this tree over here when I came out the factory, right? Right down here, well, a little further down, not this tree, another tree, but I used to come out the factory and go in the factory through this way right here when it was wide open. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show you how they almost boxed me in before, the police and everything. Now, see, you're going to come up to this entrance right here. You see this entrance right here, right here? This entrance right here is this thing come down. But we used to go inside this, either the door, or we would just go pull that to the side and just go in there. And I used to be under this tree sometimes when my people used to live in this crib over here. I used to stand right here and sell outside the factory. Because we had people going here 90 going north. And right up here where this gate is at, where the arrow at, it was a U-Haul truck in there. People used to live in a U-Haul truck. They used to have this thing up right here. They used to have this up, and they used to live in back of a U-Haul truck while this thing was gated up. And I used to be right on the corner of this block where this bodega, this Puerto Rican store at right here. Dominicans, I think, own it, though. But I used to be right here on this corner or right here near this appliance store where they sell refrigerators and washers and dryers and stuff. I used to be right sitting on this, stand on this step. Or I'll be up and down this block right here. Or this block over here going up that way, up Indiana. This B in Indiana right here. B in Indy. If you know, you know. But this part of Philly, Kensington, you have to have a lot of patience and heart to be down here. You know? I had a ball band in this neighborhood. In fact, where this truck is going at, the police pulled me right over, right about right there. And they jumped out on me. I wound up beating the case, of course, but this Mayfair Street right here, you know what I mean, Rick baby mom live at, as you see, is out here popping. Everybody out here doing their ones and twos. You had 1,000 people walking around, looking out, going back and forth. You know what I mean? Kensington. You know what I mean? I mastered this whole neighborhood when I was coming through here. And this Stella Street. Ella and Stella right on the top of that block up there where the park at. If you know, you know. But as you see people in these corners, man, it's $1 billion industry down here. You know, and when I was down here, see all these factories on the side? These factories, there's so many factories down here. So many people had jobs. It was the architect, everything about Kensington is beautiful. It just, you know, abandoned. But a lot of people had money living in Kensington. They had like 2 jobs, or one job seemed like they had 3 jobs. Now this right here is probably, I don't know if it's Kensington or North Philly. But as you see, people park their cars on the side of the pavement. And that's bad to do because you can mess up your car like that. A lot of people don't know that. But as you see, there's a lot of cars. When you see a lot of cars on small blocks like this, and you see the houses gated up and all that, this is how I look in Huntington Park and everything. But when you see areas like this, you know there's a lot of money in them neighborhoods. Cars, people got 2 and 3 cars. You know, you won't see these type of blocks nowhere else. It used to be like this in Baltimore, but on each corner in Philadelphia can be $1 million $1 million real estate, far as the money coming in, money flowing. And I had a chance. How these row houses is close together. At one time, all white people lived in these neighborhoods. It was probably like $4,000 houses, $2,000 houses, all white neighborhood. Early 1900s, late 1800s, 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, probably up until like the middle of the 1960s, beginning of 1960s. That's when white people started moving out to the suburbs and all that. And the blacks moved in. And just imagine white people living like this back in the day. I can never picture it, but it's like mind-boggling to me to see that. This right here is probably near 24th and like Somerset, near 23rd and Bonsall, near Lehigh Avenue. I mean, we go down that. Where my niece from, Rocky, the rapper. You know what I mean? This her neck of the woods. You know what I'm saying? And Sojourner, that you knew, were rapping with D.O.D., the situation. But I'm glad I could take y'all through it. Now, see this back in the day, when I was into sticking people up and all that, I would walk up to this, see how they were all in the corner? I was in a car, 1990, I'll never forget. It was something like, it was like people like this outside in the 24th and Lehigh, around that way. We got out this little car that my brother let me hold. It's like 4 of us in the car, but I'm driving. I had the sawed-off shotgun. People had what they had. Richard Allen and Pentown. This Richard Allen and Pentown teamed up with me. Hookie Head Roney. No, what was it? Hookie Head Roney, Ann Wolf, me and somebody else. I'm down Richard Allen Project in the JBM hallway down 10th and Brown. And everybody that know you, they come through, holler at you. And, you know, we down the project, we talking about what we going to do. We're going to get together later on. I got the car. We're going to ride around and go on route. They out here shooting dice. We jump out the car. I got the one-shot gauge. And then my people's got their guns. And then dudes is arguing. They're like, yeah, that's why the stick-up guys is here. Now, the guy, he keep moving around. He got like a trans pass, like a bus pass, like something wrapped around his neck, like a keychain, something like this, wrapped around his neck like a keychain, right? And he keep moving around, Timo. I'm like, stay still. So he really want me to rob the dude he arguing with. And it's crazy because this is deadly. It's nighttime. We robbed everything that night. You know what I mean? Nobody moved, nobody get hurt. You know, that's how I be in North. Crap games. See, even though people sell drugs in my city, when shit's slow and shit get crazy, people start gambling against each other. Anytime somebody gambling against you and y'all supposed to be cool, he's really not your friend. Because why would he want to take your money and make you all empty pockets? You know, you got to feed families and all that. This is North Philly, but I'm trying to figure out, is this Cumberland Street? Wherever it's at, we're about to see right now. I don't know if it's near like 31st and Huntington, 30th and Huntington, and Napa Street. Now we back in Kensington. This is Clearfield. We're going to go down. They go down this block. That was Orange Street, going towards Indiana. Now we going up, I think, Clearfield. We still in Kensington. As you see, Kensington, they're not prejudices at all. They just, it is what it is. Like, people don't judge each other out there. Like, homeless people begging, people on drugs, people selling drugs. Just near the park near effing Clearfield. I remember the police boxed me in one day with my white Lexus in 2009 in the summertime. And I'm going towards Sneaker Villa because my baby mom worked at the store. So I'm on my way there. And the police was in front of me and in back of me. And I'm on the phone talking to her. She's like, yeah, I see you. They got you trapped in. But they wasn't on me. But I know for a fact they must have knew who I was. Because one thing about these cops in Kensington, they know who's who and what's what. They got people working for them. You know what I mean? They got people like, they might pull to the side and threaten to lock them up. They don't give them up information. They give up information. So they raid, well, I'm telling you, when they raid Kensington, when they be doing their drug raids, that shit seems so spooky and crazy, man. Because they so sneaky and quiet about it. But they just don't raid one corner. They raid like 7 or 8 corners, all at the same time. Like, say if they rush and jump out on this block right here and raid them, they call it raid, they jumping out. So if they jump out, they raid the block, and then after they scoop a couple people up, they'll go 3 blocks over and raid that block and still have you in the back of the car and everything, handcuffed. I've seen it done before. They done it to me. You know? But as you can see, a lot of these houses are abandoned. You know what I mean? A lot of these people don't own their houses. A lot of them is PHA, welfare houses. But I believe if people own their houses, they'll take better care of them. You know, and they could let people own these houses. They say PHA, welfare is selling their houses now. Look how big this house is, this property. This is a big property, you know. It takes a lot to maintain properties like that. You know what I'm saying? People park on the sidewalk. People put chairs and stuff out there. See, like them cones, so you won't park in a parking space. You know, and I'm glad I could take y'all through Philly like this, because Philly reminds me of Baltimore. The Wire, how the houses is and all that. It's just that Philly, you know, our city ain't burnt out like a lot of other cities are. But the reason why I showed y'all this is because it's Philadelphia. And I'm Philly trenches. Philly trenches, Philly trenches, Philly trenches.